Uh, this is not financial advice.
Speaking of assholes, asshole of the week.
Wait, Jamie Dimon wasn't?
No, I'm saving
Oh,
him. He's
all
saving
right.
him special. He's been an asshole the past decade.
Yeah.
Asshole of the decade.
Okay.
That's
Let's hear about the one of the week.
Nassim Taleb. You know who that is?
No.
Nassim Taleb. I'm familiar with him. He wrote The Black Swan, which I've read probably a year or so ago. And educated guy, investor. He's got a lot of stuff worth listening to for sure. But he used to be a Bitcoin bull.
Really?
And all of a sudden, he flopped. He reversed his stance on Bitcoin. The author of The Black Swan said in a recent paper that the largest cryptocurrency by market cap has failed to satisfy the notions of it as a currency without government. And he or has a hedge against inflation or a safe haven investment. Few assets of financial history have been more fragile than Bitcoin, he said. And he goes into this long speech about he come out with what he likes to call the black paper.
Right.
Bitcoin
So it's the
white
opposite of a white paper. Right. Okay.
Right. And I just think this is just an attention grab because I've again I don't know if you know who she is, Lynn Alden.
No.
Well, you should. She's a smart cookie. She goes into the black paper and his points and stuff like that with
Peter McCormack.
yeah, Peter McCormack.
Yeah.
Ah, you read it. Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
reading. Yeah. I'm hearing a lot about his podcast.
Remember, he was the one that interviewed the president of El Salvador, Peter McCormack.
Right. So I've been hearing a lot about his podcast, and we have so many listeners. I need to suggest if you haven't listened to Peter McCormack's podcast, you probably should. But we only have 12 listeners, I'm sure they already have. So anyway, keep going.
Lynn Alden. Anyway, she goes into it here with Peter McCormack, and they give their opinions on it. Like you said, the old 60, 61 years old. They're not even that short.
Boomer.
What's a boomer? What's a boomer?
Boomer.
Is he
Loser.
technically a boomer?
He's a boomer.
I don't know. Is he?
Yeah. Look at
boomer?
that. Look at that hairline. That's a boomer. Sorry.
Anyway, he's got YouTube video here, comments on the Bitcoin black paper, why Bitcoin is worth exactly zero. I've watched it from beginning to end. I've watched it twice. And it just seems to me, I'm not the smartest guy. I'm not claiming to be a scholar like this gentleman here. Look at all the books he's got and that sweater over his neck. So I'm not, I like to think that I got a pretty good understanding of Bitcoin. And he just throws out a bunch of equations and blah, 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 blah. And that's what Bitcoin zero. And it has nothing to, he's like looking at it as like, I don't even really know how to explain it. He's treating it as like just a regular commodity. And he pulls out a bunch of bullshit fucking equations and says why it's worth zero. And I think it's just gaslighting bullshit. Yeah, I think he just likes to hear himself talk.
Right.
It's hard. How you can't value.
Kind of like Peter Schiff on Twitter talking about Bitcoin. Holy crap.
I like Peter. I don't think I like this guy.
Well, okay. Well, then we're in the same boat.
Out of all the assholes, out of all the Bitcoin assholes, Peter Schiff's my favorite. This guy, on the other hand, you can't what he's not taking into account, I believe, and stuff like that is how you evaluate networks. It's not the same. It's like, just think like 10, 15 years ago that they were going to like digitize friendships.
Right.
That's Facebook, you know what I mean?
Right.
How the fuck do you value that?
Right.
You value that as and Bitcoin, we've gone over and over the intrinsic value of Bitcoin and stuff like that, and none of it's the security for one thing. Like I said, take $2 billion worth of gold across the border. Good luck with that.
Yeah, have fun.
Take $2 billion of Bitcoin and I get fit it in my pocket.
Right.
I can walk anywhere. For the first time in like history, people like us and people like him are treated the same, or billionaires. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your $100 worth of Bitcoin has the same amount of security as $100 million worth of.
Right.
But I could go on.
We're able to do it ourselves.
Yeah. And he posted on his thing, if you comment here without having bothered to read the paper, the comment will be removed and you will be permanently banned from posting on this site. I'm tired of the arguments. What about gold? What about fiat? They're answered in the paper. So he's even aggressive in the comment section.
Well, here's the thing. If he's reading his comments, if he's got time to do that, he's not important.
Yeah, well, we had a video back, a while back talking about value of something or whatever, and somebody commented that blah blah blah, it's going to zero or whatever, and I was like, oh well, do tell, because I do like to hear other opinions. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in an echo chamber. And that guy said, well, have you read the black paper or the top? And I was like, yeah, yes, I have.
Right.
I appreciate the. But go ahead. I'm advocating for people to watch this damn video. Draw your own opinion. You know what I mean? Don't listen to me. Don't, if this guy's opinion strikes a chord with you, by all means, sell your Bitcoin. I'll buy it.
I'll put this video on next time I go to the bathroom.
Yeah. So anyway, there's our asshole of the week. It just seems like he's throwing out some bullshit equations that loses people like 5% of the way in, and then comes up with it equals zero. And that's why Bitcoin is worth exactly nothing. It's just horse shit. I think he's getting more attention from having a Bitcoin black paper.
Right.
Than, you know what I mean?
Maybe we should do a publicity stunt like that.
I think we need to.
Yeah, probably.
Bitcoin pink paper.
There you go.
Yeah.